And he, the word of the Lord says to you, because you have stayed the course, because you do not go to the left or the right, because you did not take the advices of ungodly counsel, because you have the word of the Lord says, yes it is. He said, because you have stayed and you love him. He said, yes it is. It is done. It is because you have stayed. I hear the word of the Lord so clear. Because you have stayed. You have stayed, as Paul said, those that stay on the boat, some on board and some on pieces, but they made it. And so your anchor rests ashore in Jesus. And Jesus is the anchor, he's an anchor. And so the word of the Lord says, yes, it is. Yes.
And Patrick?
Yes.
The Spirit of the Lord said, I heard your prayer, and you don't have to worry that your mama's going anywhere. Don't be worried, he said. I heard your prayer. So you don't have to fear and worry. No worry. God says citizenship for your mother. He heard your prayer. In Jesus' name.
That this morning, I heard the word of the Lord in the bathroom. And the word of the Lord said, there's people that's too clinging on. They cannot, because of the ship with your husband, they can't be. There's too many people that run. They run to you for every time. And God says, it cannot be like that anymore. Because your husband is going to come. And so he says, there's too many that have been made. They've been made. Hold on to you. They've been made that in their thinking they can't get to Jesus except for you. And God says, in this season, they cannot be like that anymore. Because when you come to your husband, they cannot call your home. Anytime on that, God says, that's a no. It's a no. Set your house in order. Not because he's upset, because you're alone. He says, because they're too much on me. They're too much on me. And you now set this in motion for November, for Thanksgiving. And God says they cannot. Because you're not going to be there, but they can run to you. You can't. Because in this season, because she needs you. She needs you. She needs you. God says. Somebody, it's like God says you better be. You know what? I have young people, and I have. And God showed me a string one day, 2 days. And he showed me scissors that I had to cut. But even when I cut them, there was still, it's just that I didn't hold on to them like this. But when it was cut, I still had part of them, but they were able to now swing. Swing. Because in this season, in the midnight hour, oh yeah. Let me tell you why. Because I had to lay down. And I had to know I was going to miss Apostle. I know that. Because she has been my mother since my mother was gone. And I rolled today and said, but God, you know what? I love her so much for what you're doing in her season. This is her season. I don't talk much. Because you know what? I'm more happy for her. Because what God is doing in her life is going to be on center stage. You know how many marriages that need reconciliation? Do you know how many singers that have been so, not for a long time, is going to be able to see that there's nothing too hard for God. It's good to have the Bible stories. But you know, I have Bible stories, but when I wanted to live a life of purity, I called the apostle and said, how do I do this? How do I do this? Because I knew how to give God 6 months and me 3. But now I wanted my whole life, so I had the Bible about the virgins. I had my mother, but my mother wasn't here anymore. So I had to call her because I needed something I could do now. And so I lay today because I am so clear. And the thing is, I am so happy for her. Because I'm going to get to see what God can do. There's so many people going to live out. You know, when I realized I loved my mother and father, when I was able to let them go because they wanted to be with the Lord. That's when I understood it's called unselfish love. Because I really wanted to hold on. But I loved my dad, so he wanted to be with my mother. I loved my mother to say, listen, she wanted to go. So unconditional love says, I love you enough. Like God told Jesus, I love you enough, son, to let you die on the cross or the grave. Because there's so much that's going. Let me tell you, there are so many people. If you think what we got is here, there's people where apostles go and they have not known true kingdom. They've known religion. They have not known love. In St. Louis, my sister said, thank you for knowing her. Thank you for sharing Apostle with me. And my entire family. So could you imagine what we have here? There's so many people that's waiting to know love. Because I realized that there's so many people, I had to realize that different ones are, even in here, are going to move on to even other places. I know y'all are. And so, but I know, guess what? Because that means there's another segment of your lives. And I just get to say, okay, what else is next, God? Who else is next? Because everybody might not want to live in New York. I don't. I really want out of New York. I can't do the helicopters no more. Because you know what? We have so much love. There's so many people. God raised up all of us in here for us. And we'll always be pillars. Because the world needs light in the darkness. And truly, this house is a lighthouse. And you know why it's a lighthouse? Because each of you are lights. I thought we was going to do something. I went and made copies. Get our copies. And God just flipped the script. I brought the book down, health, food, devotion. And God just moved it around. Even today I laid and said, God, I became so at peace with my future husband. And I said, I hear you, God. He's coming. Now, you never heard me say it. And he showed me, because God don't show me nothing when it comes to a husband. But he lets me know at peace that he's coming. And so I began, and you know what? It brought me to no anxiousness, but a calm peace. Because you know what? I took time to have myself made. I took time to be stripped and peeled. And I'm still being peeled. But you know what? My view is and was Jesus. When he knows he can trust us to allow other things to come into our life, then he would. Remember, he said, nothing good will I withhold from them that love me. So if things we want that we don't have right now, it's not because he can't give it to us. It's because we have not been. See, position is so much great. Let's look. Joseph had to be positioned. Pit, Potiphar's house, the prison, the ultimate position of Pharaoh's house. Why not just remember for his entire family? Daniel position. Moses position. Positioning is so important because when positioning is right, then promise is manifested. The only reason promise is not manifested is because positioning is not right. When positioning, he said, I will withhold nothing. See, this is why I'm going to believe this. Because when I'm positioned right, everything in this, I begin to live it out. Until I could learn, because let me tell you, some things will never come until forgiveness is dealt with. Because when forgiveness is not dealt with, that means there's a closed heart. That means there's lack of trust. And there's not even enough trust for God to give. I had to learn that. And do you know our daily learnings? Our daily walk learnings. And so now, you know what I have fun saying, God? It's so much fun forgiving people. Because you know what? I get free. We get free and then we get healed. I had to learn how to forgive. I had deliverances. I had a Delilah in me. I didn't even know she was there. So Friday night, when she was identified, her head popped up, and I said, I don't want her deliverance just so easy. But you know why? Because I wanted to get rid of her. I wanted to get rid of her. Then even after I began to dress androgynous, can you repeat that word, Apostle? Androgynous, when you dress me.
Androgynous.
Because you know why? That's when people can't really see all that femininity about
You
me.
can't see nothing. You can't
Exactly.
see male or female.
You can't, because you know what? I was in that world of flirting and messing up. So I didn't want it, so I wanted to. But then once I got so wrapped up in Jesus, whoosh, that the beauty of holiness, that's what they're saying, is the beauty of holiness. The beauty of holiness is attractive to everyone. Because it's God. He's holy. And it's love. And so, I am so excited that we have a child in here. Because he said, except we become like a child. And he had, the Holy Ghost in him had no problem, step from behind. And we have seen nothing yet. I'm just excited. Anyone else just, because we've finished for pretty much anyone else just anything that they would just like to release. I even thought it was going to community. God said, put that back into the release. Okay.
Yes, anyway. I just want to do this.
My brother Colt in and our apostle. Hallelujah.
Yeah,
I
no,
think I want to make sure.
no.
Yeah, come on. I want to make sure I put these up. Okay,
Watch
well,
myself with this.
hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right. So oh,
Congregation.
no,
Family. My church family. That's it. My church family. We family.
My church family, please forgive me. I'm not really a speaker, but I just, how can I put it? I have to give thanks, and I'm not talking Thanksgiving like in a couple of days now. Thanks because, how can I put this?
You doing good?
As of, wait, it is November, right? Yeah. Please forgive me.
Don't, you know, you're so excited. That's okay. Listen, it's okay. You're excited. That's a good thing. Hallelujah.
When did I have this?
Around the end of October?
Yeah, right, I'm sorry. October 20th, I went for surgery, toe surgery. And the reason why I'm up here is because before I went for the surgery, I had to get examinations. And the interns were telling me that I had to go for a CAT scan, CAT scan, because they found something that was in my heart. Because the X-rays that they took, they couldn't see it good. Something like that. And I had to go get a CAT scan, pardon me, to get it seen clearer. Now I had the CAT scan before I had the operation. I haven't had any results. No one's called me to say that something was wrong with my heart. But I went and got the surgery. So I'm saying this.
No, this is good. You're excited. That's good.
Oh God, wait, hold on.
Yes, hallelujah. Woo, Jesus. That's what he said. That's because you're in the love house. You're in the house with the love of God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Please forgive me, bro.
We love you.
saying is because I'm thanking God for everything that He's done for me, is doing for me, and will do for me. And thank you, God.
Hallelujah, Pastor, hallelujah. And happy belated birthday. His birthday was Friday. Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday. No, I didn't know that. I just want to say to the family, I know the camera's there, but I just want to do the family.
Yes.
While we were sitting here in worship, the Lord began to say that it's complete. And I was just in worship and I said, what do you mean? He said, count. So I counted and there were exactly 7 people. I said, okay, what do you mean it's 7? He said, 7 is my number of completion. Oh my God. And he began to say, I brought this fellowship over to a new place. He says, not only did I bring them over, I said, I just need you to come on this side. So, I brought you over, and I grab you with the right hand, and I bring you to the right side of the Father. You have been so faithful, so teachable, so willing to let everything go. And it all had to do with your love of God and your love of the truth. You know, it's like, you see what's the Emma sitting? Apostle, and I'm not Holy Ghost giving permission to move because he moved to over here. Apostle came, you know how she bounds. Bounding around the corner at Padmore, and I was sitting there. So, see, the Holy Ghost, I mean, we are led. He has a plan. You know, when he says, I'll move you to the right, he says, I'm about to blow your mind. You believe. You really believe. What I'm about to do, you might do a cartwheel. Yes. Oh, yes. I have to show you how to do a cartwheel.
Yeah. I'm a good student.
Yes, you are. You really are. God has given me many people over my life to teach. Okay. But you know, Paul had Timothy, Jesus had John. God has given and gives to us because he's a patterned God. He don't break the mold. That's a worldly statement. When he made you, he broke the mold. He keeps the mold because Jesus is the mold. But he begins to say to you, continue to do this. Continue to be Christ-like because I really am about to blow your mind. This morning sometime, he woke me up and I've been following some intel and he began to say, he began to say to me, there's a particular cleric in Iraq that is known as the murdering cleric. And the Iraqi government promised him something, and they haven't come forth with it. So, cleric Masala is over here getting ready to kill a bunch of politicians. And then he began to say, reach out and touch him. Hallelujah. And pull him over. Get ready for the dinar.
God, my Sabakata.
Apostle began to talk about position.
Hallelujah.
Position, position, position. He began to talk about position. He says, you're on the right side. More importantly, let me explain what right side in the kingdom means. The ascended, resurrected position. That's where the sons are. Ascended, resurrected. Why you got power. Why you got relationship. Koshama. Ooh, it's okay, the angels are there only because when he says that in this house I've given myself without measure, and because you believe that, you gave me without measure. Didn't matter what people said, didn't matter what they did, didn't matter that he said 7 was complete this morning. He said anything that walked in here over 7, it was going to overflow. Come on, look back, Sister Mitchell was there. God said he strategically sent us out of here. Because if you think about what we did yesterday, after we left here, there was no reason for us to go sit in McDonald's. And then walk up the block to Mitchell's to deliver a flyer for today. The only person whom that flyer was for was Sister Mitchell. That's the kind of obedience I'm talking about that you have displayed, which you give the disciples in this house. Just simple obedience. It's never about numbers, because I am God and I deal in the oneness of God. He says, I deal in oneness. He said, that's why I stopped for the one. I, God, went all the way to Samaria for one woman. I, God. He said, but you understand that. And no matter what people try to say to you, you continue. He says, I have used you and I have moved you. So now you will begin not only to teach sonship, not only to display sonship, but sonship with position. So that's why when you said, Patrick, come forth in their hands, he ascended into sonship, able to do the work, greater works. God is not playing today.
Wow.
He's shifted.
Wow.
Shifted. It's like, understand that, I don't know, we don't do numbers here, but what I see is 11, 20, 20. 16 is double eights. 88 in Hebrew is the number of blessings. Jesus, thank you. This is the Holy Ghost talking. I have no idea what it is. But I wanted to give him a testimony because I was talking to Prophet Yvette. It's my spiritual daughter, prophet in my life, prayer warrior in my life. God began, you can kind of see, because you understand where you are. When you begin to talk about, I just couldn't stop crying. I just been crying really all week. Cry. I was like, sitting in Mitchell's, the Lord said, call Sister Emma. We ordering dinners. I ordered dinner, I call her, she get dinners. I didn't go over there, and we sit, and we had all-night prayer. I didn't lay these little brown eyes down until somewhere around 11 o'clock last night. I think I texted you all this morning.
Yeah. Got it.
Because these are my last days in New York. And I love New York streets. I love the ability to go out at night and do whatever I need to do. But I understand I've become more responsible. I don't go out at 2 o'clock in the morning anymore and just be out there. I was in Pathmark one night and, former Sister Vivian and her husband came to Pathmark late at night and they were like, what are you doing here? I said, what are you doing here? Whatever you're doing, I'm doing. Shopping. But God is saying, Prophet, your obedience to be here today. Believe God. Believe God, what he said today. It's not that you doubt, because you got great faith. You have, I hear him saying, so great a faith I haven't seen. But your faith But today, watch the dots, the touching, the touching, the touching. So she kind of began to say, your husband, and to touch his loins. Why touch his loins? Because the enemy wanted to make you doubt what God said about the babies. God is no respecter of the flesh. The flesh has to obey God. Those babies are coming.
Yes.
And they're coming. You know, it's always not 3 times, because that's all he said, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He's coming. 1, 2. They're coming. God is in control here this morning. But I want to give this testimony about what God did for me. I had no intention of getting up in the tree. I reminded God that I said I wanted a dinar to come through by the 15th of last month, and then I said I wanted to be able to hear something from my husband by Thanksgiving. And I kind of could have always said it. And I'm getting ready to leave tomorrow evening and go down to Raleigh. And God began to say, well, I was talking to Yvette, and, you know, it's like, you know, there are some people that it feels like you gave birth to. And Yvette is one that I feel that I gave birth to. Harriet is one that I feel I gave birth to. It's like, you could get a mother's wrath if you don't mess with her. And this mother got skills. Take you out with 2 fingers if you touch my kids. For my grandkids. Last week you were here, I looked at them in Grayson, and I saw my kids. I saw my grandkids. All 5 of them. Because God, what God is doing, He's letting this world know that He's God. So when I was talking to her, and I had texted Richard, because it was his birthday, and I texted him happy birthday, and I said, you know what I said, and then when I was talking to Yvette began to share with me what she had done for his birthday. And I got real quiet. Because there are some things when I hear them, I get real quiet because it's like, even when Apostle whispers in my ear, I was like, I'm glad nobody could see my face, and I closed my eyes. And I always thank God that I'm of a darker hue, so that when my face is red, it's just hot. You can't see. It just goes to shine. But she began to share with me. And I've been praying, God, since you're doing this thing, you better show me how to be a wife for real. I've been talking the talk. I've been doing this stuff, but I need to know. When I was talking with Yvette, she began to share with me what she did for her husband for his birthday. And I just got real quiet. And I was like this student listening. You know, we always say that now you can teach your teachers because you know what I know and then you know what God has taught you. And so when Yvette began to share that, I was like, oh my God. Whew. Wow. I mean, we were on the phone and the phone kept ringing and then we got off the phone and then later that night, the Holy Ghost visited me. And I was very frightened. So I'm like, God just like, you know, because she, you know, when she hears me say this thing. Oh, we're just going to be companions. I'm getting a 5-bedroom house and just going to have this side out. And I'm going to have my house side of the house. That's why I'm going to have all this dinar so I can have the mansion that I want. And you have this side, I have my side. And I was like, okay. So she would share that. And then the Holy Ghost brought it back. So that's what gave me the courage to get up here this morning. Because I said, you know, could be that good. Could be that wonderful. I'm not sharing it because he didn't mind to share. But it was wonderful. It was like splendor. It's like, whoa. It's like the apostle says, my husband's going to be so loving. He's never going to look at nobody. He's going to be just rushing to get on to me. Amen. So when that was sharing with me, I was like, no wonder my son Ain't looking at nobody. Yes, son-in-law. And my son-in-law can say, babe, like nobody else can say, babe. When he said that, he ain't talking to nobody but to his wife. And so when she shared that with me, it shifted me. I was like, I gotta call her back and let her know what she did to me. God, she like shifted me. Then when this morning happened, I'm like, oh my God, I'm Mrs. Clyde also.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, hallelujah.
And I've been Mrs. Clyde also for a very long time, since 1971. It's a long time. And so God is going to redeem the time.
Yes, he is.
And I'm accepting, I'm believing. God is a merciful God, and he's relentless. And because he is God, he knows the plans and the thoughts that he has for you. As Graham Cook would say, you just need to get over your bad self and get in line with what he has said and begin to call forth what he has said concerning you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. He said you could go laugh, and you. And you out there in YouTube land. Because God is God. And he really does know the plans. He knows them. If anybody had told me that I would be where I am, as much as I love God, as much as I want to obey God, I hadn't. But God is able to wipe your memory clear of all of the bad things. It's under the blood. You just got to believe that. Believe it's under the blood. And he says, I make all things new. That's why you have to say anew. All things new. Not some. When you read that word, I said to Apostle, I don't know how you missed it. Everywhere in the gospel, Jesus went. He healed all of the diseases. Whether they were leprosy, whether they were blindness, whether it was barrenness, whether it was crippled, no matter what it was, and the only thing that stopped him was doubt. And the prophet texts us, Charles Capps, doubt not. Because we didn't need to doubt. Like one of the bishops that was in my life, he used to say, if you doubt your doubts. Don't doubt nothing but doubt your doubts. So, I bless you all.
You know, I just want to say, I'm sitting here looking at these jewels. It's like jewels. Literally, they are so sparkly and beautiful. Jewels. It's like I just see jewels. He's put jewels around your neck. And I don't know if you can see the glitter as I see them. They're glittering. Beautiful sparkles. He's putting, it's like just putting jewels. Jewels on your neck side. I guess that's that, the non-sparkle too.
I was like, that woke me up. He said, touch him and grab him and pull him over to the side. Because people on the line have been wondering, how is it that he is letting these people not give him what they agreed to give him? Because unbeknownst to us, even though Iraq is a wealthy country, the people are starving and without money because of the politicians are not giving it to them. And they made an agreement to make sure that they get these little key cards they call them, so that they could have money. And the politicians are not. So when I'm on the 2 prayer lines now, we're really praying for the release for the people who are starving. They are literally starving and they don't have the money. They're the wealthiest people in the world, but they don't have money.
And we just thank God for everything. Let's just give God a hand and bring it back to where we thank God for all the testimonies that have gone forth, and we just say for those of you on YouTube, we say God bless you, thank you for being a part. And I'm telling you, you're going to see great testimonies coming forth concerning these answered prayers. Know that there's nothing too hard for God to do. Also, we just thank God because God's a good and awesome God. And we just say bless you, thank you for joining us. We will be back here the first Sunday in December. we're going to be on our prayer line. Our prayer line will be on our prayer line. So we just thank God. We're going to ask our Prophet Williams if she will come up and she will give you, and then directly our Brother Patrick, we thank you for being our recording. We thank you that God is moving and shifting, and we just bless. Oh, thank you, Holy Ghost. Our Sister Dix, before we leave, and Apostle Sat, we'll make sure lay hands on the two of you because we know y'all be traveling this week. Yeah, we traveling this week. Yeah, so I was just standing here, so it clicked in my head. So our Prophet Williams, and then directly after that, you give me stuff.
Today's announcements for Sunday, November 20th, 2016. Our family Bible study is Derek Prince, Home Bible Study, chapter 9 and 10. And the week of Sunday, November the 27th, our family Bible study will be Derek Prince, lesson 11 and 12. Sunday, November 27th, we will not be here for service. We will be on our prayer line at 10 a.m. Prayer line is every Tuesday and Fridays at 6 a.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. This week only, on Friday, November the 25th, there will be no 6:30 p.m. church family book reading of The Real Christ. But there will be 6 a.m. prayer line. This Wednesday, Apostle Sapp will be the facilitator of our Wednesday night prayer line that begins at 7 p.m. Our prayer line number is 641-715-3814. The access code is 864085. Christmas Day, Sunday,
Yes!
December 25th.
Yes!
Service will be held here at 1981 Fulton Street between Saratoga and Thomas Boylan, Brooklyn, New York, 11233. The service will begin at 10 a.m. If anyone has any questions pertaining this service, please see Apostle Sapp for more information. Thank you. Amen.
Amen.